Hi, I'm Johnny from ultimatepapermache.com, and if you saw my last video, you saw me using my skull-shaped face sculpting forms in order to make some skulls for Halloween, and they turned out really not okay. And I got a lot of ideas from people to, most of them told me that I really should have painted them like a Day of the Dead sugar skull with, the flowers and all that fancy stuff on them. I really intended to do that. And it turned out that I just really couldn't bear the thought because of painting all those flowers. It's just not my style. I don't know, it didn't sound like fun to me. So I did something else. For another project, I actually had to buy these LED lights, and I only needed 2 of them for that project. I'm going to tell you about that in the next video. He's all done, but I don't have the video done yet. But since I had 4 of these left over from that project, I would just happen to be looking out on the internet for decorated skulls, and I saw a whole bunch of people doing this. And I just thought, well, that is cool. It's a little scarier than I had really intended. They're situated on this little thing so that I can hang it up right beside my door, and they'll be looking downward at little kids. Oh, this way. That makes me a little bit nervous. They'll look like that if you're short, and like that if you're adult size. There'll be, so a little bit of light seeping around from the outside because they've got the whole string of lights are just on the inside. I didn't wrap them around anything in particular. I just wanted a little bit of a glow on the outside to hit the wall behind them. It was really easy to do. This is going to take a really short video. If you happen to want to make some of these, I'll show you. In the last one, I showed you how I put this skull shape together. You just cut it out, put it on some cardboard, tape it together, and then I put a paper thin layer of paper mache clay over it. Paper strips and paste would have worked too. So then you end up with the skulls. Really simplified skull though. So if you're looking for something more realistic, you'd need to maybe sculpt one yourself. So let me show you how this was done. Like I said, fast. It was really, really fast. I painted over that clown stuff that I showed you in the last video. You don't need to see me painting them white. I did add just a little bit of yellow ochre to the white paint so that it would be sort of a little closer to bone colored. And then I painted the eye holes and the nose holes black, obviously, kind of smudged them around the edges so it looked a little bit like shadows. Then I drilled very small holes. It actually says on the drill bit what size it is, but I don't have a magnifying glass right now and I can't read it, but it's really, really small. I don't think the size of the hole probably really matters all that much. So anyway, I went ahead and drilled the 2 holes right at the back of the eye holes. I unwound the LED lights and put the first 2 on the very ends of the string right inside of that eye hole. I moved them around a lot. I tried a lot of different ways, and it really only came out bright enough if the light it was actually in the hole. Then I used some hot glue to tape the battery block, and it also has a switch on it. I taped that to the side on the inside in a place where I would be able to reach it even after the skull has been attached to my little metal grid. In order to attach the skulls to the grid, I just drilled holes, 1 hole each in the very back of the skull, and used some of those zip ties to attach it. I thought that they would hold still just with that 1 zip tie, but that didn't turn out to be correct. So I made another hole right underneath his chin and used 2 more zip ties for that. I don't have a camera that can really take very good pictures in the dark, but I did try. It's not exactly the way it looks in real life, but it's pretty close. I'll have to be fairly careful when I'm hanging it up outside next to the door to put them in a place where little people will be able to see them better than adults. Although maybe that's not a good idea. I'm not sure. What do you think? Are these going to be too scary for little kids? The trick-or-treaters that come by are really short. Maybe, 3-year-old kids. Is this going to be okay? What do you think? I don't have any 3-year-olds in the family, so I can't ask them. So let me know what you think. It didn't take very long. It was kind of fun, and it was definitely fun getting rid of that clown paint because I really didn't like it. If you have some ideas for Halloween, be sure and let us know. Go ahead and write them down in the comments down below. In the next video, I'm going to show you the other project that I worked on this week. It took a lot longer. Not entirely satisfied with it, so I'm going to ask you for some input on that one too. So make sure that you watch for that, and then come back and visit me, ultimatepapermache.com. I'll see you there.